Hi guys, Miss Brazier here. Today you guys will be writing fractions as decimals and decimals to fractions and using repeating decimals and terminating decimals. So you guys need to pause the video and you'll have 5 minutes to complete your warm-up. You need to make sure that you head your notes with the objective and have the vocabulary, and then we will move on. So pause the video and complete your warm-up and head your notes. Okay, when you guys were doing this, you should have for your answers received -8, +3, -30. If I plugged in 25 minus 7 divided by -3, 25 minus 7 is 18. 18 divided by -3 then gives you -6. 4 times 7 divided by 2, so you should have gotten 28 divided by 2, which would have given you 14. And then 15 plus -3 divided by 2 times 2. So this would have given you 12 divided by 4 would have given you 3. When the stock prices fell, you should have gotten A, because you would have added 250 plus 60, which would have given you 310, and then you would have divided that by 2, and these are both negative, so you would have gotten -155. So there's a couple of ways that you are able to write fractions as decimals and decimals to fractions. So when you're looking at a decimal, if you put your place value chart that you learned a while ago, and you have your tenths, hundredths, thousandths, it should be really easy to see how to write this as a decimal. So I know it's going to be over 100. So if I write 74 over 100, I'm just going to write the decimal that I see. So I'm just going to write what I see. Same with 9/10. So I should get 0.9. Most of them should be really easy if I can get it into tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. 20 I can take into 100, 4 I can take into 100, 50 I can take into 100, and 5 I can take into 10. So these should also be really easy. If you can't see that they go into 100, you can also do the long division. So 7 divided by 20. 20 doesn't go into 7, so I'm going to add a decimal and annex a 0. 20 goes into 73 times. Minus 60 gives me 10. Annex a 0. And I'm left with 100. So 20 into 100 is 5. So I'm left with 0.35 is my answer. Okay, same way it works down here, except we're going to take it into hundreds instead. So to get this to 100, I'm going to take it times 2. 9 times 2 is then 18. And to write my decimal, it'd be 0.18. 5 3/4, you can do it either way. So if I worry about the 3/4, I know it's quarters, so I'm going to take it to 100, and I'm going to multiply by 25. 3 times 25 then gives me 75, so my answer becomes 5.75. Again, if you can't see that, you could have taken 3 divided by 4, so it's always my numerator on the inside, denominator on the outside. 4 doesn't go into 3, so add a decimal. 4 goes into 37 times, minus 28, left with 20, because I annex a 0, and it ends up being 75, and I put my whole number in front, so 5.75. 7 3/5 is the same way, but I'm going to take it to a 10, so 3/5 times 2 gives me 10, so I'm left with 6/10. So to write my decimal, it would be 7.6. Okay, on your own, you need to pause the video and do these 3 problems. When you come back, you should have gotten 0.3. If I took this times 4, I would have gotten 12, so 0.12. And -6.5 should have been -6.5. Okay, when you're writing these as decimals, these ones don't play nice. They don't go into 10, so I have to do the long division. So 3 divided by 8. 8 doesn't go into 3, so I annex a 0. 8 goes into 34 times, 3 times. So 8 times 3 is 24. Left with 6. 8 goes into 60, 7 times. So 8 minus 7 is 56. Left with 40. Annex is 0. And then I'm left with 5. You have to continue to go until you get 0 or it begins to repeat. This one ends, so it's a terminating decimal. So there is a vocab word. So terminating decimal is a decimal that ends or has a remainder of 0. Okay? So 1/8 says the decimal. I'm going to do the same thing. 1 divided by 8 doesn't go into 1. So 8 into 10 is 1. Minus 8 is 2. Annex is 0. Into 20 is 2. Minus 16 is 4. Annex is 0. 0. And then 8 into 40 is 5. So I'm left with this terminating decimal of 0.125. Okay, on your own, do these 4. Pause the video, and then I will give you the answers. Okay, welcome back. You should have gotten negative 0.025, 0.7 repeating, negative 0.04, and then negative 0.09, and both the 0 and the 9 are repeating. When it comes to repeating decimals, 9 is a quick trick. So anytime you see a 9 in your denominator, your numerator is going to be the one repeating. So for example, if I have 8/9, my repeating decimal would then be 0.8 repeating. It'll work that way always with 9s. Whenever I see a repeating number and it's 0.09090909, this bar gives me my bar notation. So that tells me that both the 0 and the 9 are repeating. Okay? So remember those, and bar notation is another vocab word that you're going to want to put into your notes. Pause the video and you do these 4 on your own. Okay, you guys should have gotten negative 0.875, 2.125, negative 0.27 repeating, and 8.3 repeating. We're going to pause the video and you'll have a worksheet. Once you finish that worksheet, you'll check your answers and then we'll move on.